Good morning, grade 3-4s. I hope you are enjoying another beautiful sunny day. We are going to do some math today, and the fun part about math today is you can try it using some sidewalk chalk if you have it. I have this lovely rag in my hand because, fun fact about me, I actually don't like the feeling of chalk. So I use this rag when I write with chalk, but I love how chalk is going to help us do some fractions today. So you can definitely use some of the workouts or worksheets I send out in the email, and you can do them using pencil paper, or if you want to try using chalk today, it will help you with your math. So what we are going to focus on is comparing and ordering fractions on a number line. And we kind of already did a bit about this. Excuse me. We kind of already did a bit of this already, but we're going to do a bit more, and I'm going to show you how it works today. So come on over. Here is my number line. Starts at 0, and we're going across, goes to a half, and goes all the way to 1 whole. The important thing to remember about 1 whole is that fractions are pieces of a whole. So to get to 1 whole, your numerator and your denominator, they need to be exactly the same to be 1 whole. Other than that, we're looking at all these little pieces that create a whole. So here's my number line, and the first fraction we're going to look at is 3/4. Where do you think we would put 3/4 on our number line? Here's our half over here, and the whole is over this way. So I want you to think about it for a bit. Think of a measuring cup of 3/4. Do you think it's greater than a half, or do you think it's smaller than a half? You can also picture splitting up your number line into 4 pieces to give you 3/4. So we can do one piece about here. It's going to be our 1/4. And then at the half mark, what's equivalent to 1/2? If you said 2/4, you're absolutely correct. Those two equal each other. And so now we have to split our piece to give us 3/4. And 4/4 is on here, because if we have 4/4, it is equivalent or equal to 1 whole. So here's our magic number, 3/4 here. That's where it stands on our number line. It's pretty close to 1 whole, and it's greater than a half, because our 2/4 equals a half. So here's our number line now. We added in our 3/4. We split it into 4 groups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, because our bottom denominator has 4 pieces in it. Equals splitting it into 4 equal parts. The next number we're going to look at is going to be 3/8. So on this lovely number line, I want you to think to yourself, how would you do 3/8? Where would 3/8 go? Remember, we need to kind of split our number line into 8s now. So how are we going to do that? 3/8. So if we're looking at half, it's going to give us 4/8 is half. So if 4/8 is half, is 3/8 smaller than half on this side of the number line, or is it going to be larger? We have 4/8 is equal to a half. 3/8 is going to have to go less than half. So our 3/8 could roughly go about here. There's our 3/8. Equivalent 4/8 equals a half, so it has to be less. So roughly over there is where we're putting 3/8 on our number line. Last number we're going to look at is going to be 3/6. So looking at the number line, I want to kind of divide it into 6 parts. Looking at it. So 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, about 2, 3 here, another 3 on this side, and 3/6 is right here and equals our half. So 3/6 should be at the half mark on our number line. If we were going to order all these numbers, we would have to say that 3, ooh, I broke my chalk. 3/4 is the biggest. Then we have 3/6. Then we have 3/8 as the smaller number. And what we're looking at to determine the biggest number is with your bottom denominator, you also need to look at the top numerator. How close is it to becoming a whole? And if we're looking for 4 at the bottom, we need 4/4 to have one whole. And this top numerator is only 1 away from a whole. So that's why our 3/4 is the biggest one. So you can divide up pieces on your number line to help you solve the questions. Getting one whole means that your denominator and your numerator match. So when you're starting to place a fraction on the number line, you need to look at how close is your numerator to your bottom denominator. 3 is further away from 8. So if we wanted it to be closer to one whole, we had 6/8, it would be more closer because our numerator is larger and closer to our denominator. So grab some chalk, give it a try, and go have some fun with some fractions today, grade 3-4. See you later.